Brock Lesnar is back, and he isn't necessarily better than ever, just to immediately cut through the Eric Bischoff of that moment. He has promised to buy himself a ticket to a December SmackDown show just to be able to spend some time watching Roman Reigns out of the corner of his eye. Would that we were all so lucky that we could always just be scanning a bit of Roman Reigns just out of the corner of our eye. Now, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer has stated that this return was due to pressure from Fox, and I can sort of half confirm and half deny that. Fox did have discussions with the WWE about the use of Brock Lesnar, particularly because they weren't happy to know that Brock was initially planned out to be a free agent who could feud with Reigns, McIntyre, Big E and Lashley on both sides. This basically confirms, now that Brock Lesnar is firmly in the SmackDown camp, that we are still not going to get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley for a long time to come. Fox basically put a stop to that whole thing pretty quickly, all things considered. The WWE's intentions were to use Brock cross-brand upon his return to the WWE in January, but instead everything has been thrown up in the air. Lesnar's contract is still, as always, very limited dates. Extra dates can be added with Brock's agreement, but it costs money, and some considerable money at that, so when it comes to this special appearance, it's going to be very expensive. That said, Nick Khan has undertaken numerous cost-benefit analyses as regards Brock Lesnar, and thus far he's come up very much on the plus. Brock makes the WWE a hell of a lot of money and is, by all technicalities, worth every cent. So the WWE has spent some in the attempt to maintain ratings that are starting to sag on the blue brand. SmackDown's numbers are not what they were when Fox first picked up the IP, and Fox are starting to pay attention. With Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins and Edge all departing the brand, the blue side has lost drawing power. They might just need Brock. Early plans at the moment are simple. The WWE had considered putting Roman Reigns against Xavier Woods at day one, but now that Brock Lesnar could be getting involved, the obvious conclusion is that Brock will be having his rematch with Roman sooner rather than later. Day one seems, if you'll forgive the pun, too early. The Royal Rumble? That makes more sense. Roman might not even be wrestling at day one the way this is going, but the way things are going, day one would be perfect for a New Day beating the Bloodline main event, and to be clear, Roman would still look really strong at the end of that match. Have you missed Brock Lesnar? Because honestly, he's been on our screens in some capacity basically every week since. His return at SummerSlam hasn't been capitalised on as well as it could due to his time away, but bringing him back early won't be a big positive. It just means that he'll be leaving again, and if he's a babyface, the WWE have to find a way to explain that away. It doesn't really help a babyface. His feud with Roman has been very fun. I'm excited for more. The dynamic change, the swap from face to heel and vice versa, has been oddly rewarding. But this is Brock Lesnar we're talking about. Yes, absence makes the heart grow fonder, but we're still going to get the same thing we usually get. They say war never changes. This is also true of Brock Lesnar.